Really quick, I want to share a couple of hows. So, okay, yeah, cool. I want to learn sales. How? What are some things? How do I go learn it? Where do I start? 3 things. Number 1, you got to commit. Number 2, you got to go and actually do. And number 3, you got to become a student of the game. So commit sounds overly simple and cliche, but when you actually commit to something, it changes everything. You're either learning this or you're not. Quit dabbling. Either learn how to be good at sales or don't. And if you're not, then just accept the fact that you're always going to be dependent on somebody else, period. But here's what's cool. Anybody can learn, okay? And I don't say that like just trying to like breathe hope into some of you guys. I have seen some weird freaking cats come out and do door-to-door sales, which is much more difficult than this. This is something people want. We're only talking to people that want it. And we have literally tried and true system of how to do it. This is much simpler, much easier, and much less stressful. I have seen people do the other one, which is much harder, some weirdos, and make a lot of money doing it. I truly do believe you can teach sales to anyone. If you can't work hard, I don't know what to tell you. That one, I don't know about. But as far as teaching you how to sell, I believe anybody can freaking learn it. I really, really do. I saw this cool quote by T. Harv Eker. Rich people are committed to being rich. Poor people want to be rich. I like that. Okay, so commit. Number 2, you actually got to do. You got to do the damn thing. No amount of shadowing, no amount of watching calls, no amount of picking brains and bending ears and watching Grant Cardone YouTube videos is going to make you good at sales. I wish it did, because I remember when I got on the doors and I was shadowing this kid named Curtis the first day and I thought I got it. I didn't. You will never understand what this is like. You will never get better until you go and do it, okay? And some of you guys, you like the idea, you think it's a sexy idea, you like the idea of potentially being good at sales, but all you want to do is read a book, which is a good thing to do, but it's not the only thing. And until you go and do, you're never going to learn. It's the same thing when they say you're learning a language. If you want to learn a language, go live in that country and speak that language. You sit there in a classroom, you can do that, you can whatever. You don't learn shit. Go live on the streets. Go live with the people for 6 months. And so this is what we did. At the beginning, when we brought on a new rep, we used to have this big coddling process. And the first day they would follow me and we would show them how to get a sale and they would watch a sale. And then the second day they would follow Curtis. And then the third day, somebody would go with them and then they would hold their hand to get a deal. And then we finally said, you know what? When we do it like that, they don't appreciate. You don't know what you don't know. And so what we started doing is the very first day, we would throw them to the wolves. Boom. We'd drop them off in an area and say, go and knock some doors. Here's your pitch. Here's your product. Go knock some doors. Call me if you need help. Straight to the wolves. We would do that for 1 or 2 days. And the ones that didn't quit, you'd see the fear in their eyes. They were like, holy shit, what just happened? Now they would shadow us. Now they would watch a deal. And you know what was interesting is once we started doing that, people started getting it a lot quicker because now they had context. Now they understood. They would come, they'd watch one of our deals. Then we'd send it back to the wolves. And then we'd go watch one of their deals. And so we switched the process. We used to like coddle, teach. And finally we're like, look, you can't learn unless you go do. Here's your area. Here's your clipboard. Here's your freaking paper. Here's your contracts. Go get a deal. Call me if you need something. Don't get hit by a car and don't get the police called on you. If you do, go to a different neighborhood. Good luck. That's what we did. You actually have to do. So some of you guys have literally been hiding behind all this stuff. Like, and I'm not going to get into specifics, but you've taken programs and you've tried every single thing to avoid this. Okay. Why not just go for it? Why not just face it head on? You've avoided it to this point. I know there's people out there like,
yeah, that's me. I've avoided it.
Why not just go straight into it? Why not say, hey, instead of avoiding this shit and having it be the thing that I'm like, I'm not good at sales, why not get good at it? And by the way, quick pro tip, if you want to do sales, like the do part, because there's commit, there's do, and then there's be a student. If you want to practice the do part without losing money, there's this beautiful thing. It's called role playing. Role playing. That is where you get to do, but you don't lose money. And we used to always tell our guys in the doors, we're like, guys, I know in these meetings, like we would tell them, I know in these meetings it's uncomfortable for you to come to the front of the room and do your pitch and have people critique you. But you know what's awesome? You didn't lose any money. You did not lose $1, even though that pitch sucked ass. It's a way for you to do without losing money or burning your area or burning your clients or whatever the case may be. And so a couple weeks ago, it was like, guys, we are gonna freaking role play. Like the same way that Kobe would practice probably 10 hours for every single hour that he played the game. You guys need to be doing that. Some of you guys are so scared of role playing. Like, you're scared of role playing. Who cares? Who freaking cares? That's just a little pro tip. If you guys want to do the do part without losing the money, role playing. And lastly is become a freaking student. Become a student of the game. Kobe was a student. Michael Jordan was a student. John D. Rockefeller was a student. Elon Musk was a student. Einstein was a student. Grant Cardone's a student. Why aren't you? Why aren't you? Ask questions. Don't just ask questions to anyone. Don't ask your uncle who doesn't know shit. Don't ask just anyone about sales. Ask people that have done what you want to do. I don't care if somebody sold freaking shoes. They like, oh, I worked at Foot Locker. Okay, bro, that was called customer service. You took orders. Talk to somebody who has done what you want to do. Ask the questions to those people, because too many of us are taking advice from some bullshit people on the internet that don't even know what they're talking about, don't even have businesses. All they're doing is selling you programs. And you guys wonder why I'm such a freaking weirdo about showing my tax returns and showing my Google Ads accounts. Because when I say stuff, I want you guys to know that I'm not just bullshitting you. I post my checks, I do the whole thing, because I want you to know that I actually have done this stuff. So ask questions. This is the people that have already done it. Ask questions, read, watch videos. Again, people that have done it, people that are credible. If there's trainings, great. Again, make sure that those trainings are credible. Ask more questions to the right people. Take notes. Become a sponge, which has to do with, again, asking questions. Be a freaking sponge. Be that person that like, you don't think you know it all. You got one deal and you think you know it all. Don't be that guy, okay? Because you don't. And it gets harder as you get better. Be a freaking sponge.